cold of a silent past, the moon in silver cast, it shine a vision quest, for us it gives no rest, through the beat of time, the flowing waves of rhyme, we are guided by Odin's all-seeing eye. The sea of night running dark in our veins, as life will wax and wane. Like music we'll hear your waves once more, and sail to another shore. On the dreaming sea, when darkness sets us free, free of our worldly cares, we become corsairs, and into wondrous worlds we go with sails unfurled, to battles lost and won, to madness and beyond. The sea of night running dark in our veins, as life will wax and wane. Like music we'll hear your waves once more, and sail to another shore.
Okay, we actually have a lot more song to get through, so I'm going to pause it there, and I will let you guys listen to the rest of it on your own. It's a really good song. Um, Old Gods of Asgard is the it's the stage name for a real life band called Poets of the Fall. Poets of the Fall is an amazing band. Alexis, they do all of the music for, well, not all of the music, but they do a ton of music uh, for Alan Wake. So that's where I first heard of them, and they're awesome. They're super cool. I always have an issue with it showing up. I'm going to show you guys this really quick. Yeah, for some reason it always loves to do this. How's it going, guys? I'm doing fine. Uh, got off work a few hours ago, about 2 hours ago. Trying to get Skyrim to show up on the screen. That would be ideal. Here's what we'll do. Oh, there it is. Cool. Okay, I gotta fix one more thing on my end, and then we are good to go. I turned down the audio in game because it was really loud. I was trying to make YouTube shorts out of some of the fun moments of the stream, and I realized how loud the in-game audio was. Like I could barely hear myself at some point. So I turned it down. Let me know if it's too low, but I don't think I want it as high as it was. Gonna be an epic night. Got your beers ready? Dude, same here. What are you drinking? Gotta get to work in 5 hours? Ooh, that's rough. It's absolutely rough. Hello, how's it going? I do not know how to pronounce your name, but it is made out of a lot of cool looking symbols. So there's a very specific reason that I came into this cave in particular. It's because I wanted to show you guys a meme that I know is in here. My birth sign is the thief. How fitting. That is fitting, actually. Wow. That's sick. How's it going, Tiago? It's 10 a.m., so I do not have beers ready. That's probably smart and responsible. How's it going, Naji? Welcome to the stream. Blacktooth Brewing, local beer called Bomber Brown Ale. Oh, nice. I just have some basic Miller Lights. I will tell you guys, I have a drinking game planned on the channel coming out soon. I'm hoping this weekend I can do it. So, you know, make sure you got some alcohol ready for Saturday or Friday. Want to learn the dragon language? That would be insanely difficult to do, but not impossible. The one thing with the dragon language is that there's like, as far as I know, it's not a direct one-to-one. Like Daedric is a direct one-to-one most of the time with English. So if you look at a Daedric word, you can kind of just like figure out what it's saying in English if you know what all the symbols mean. But I don't think the dragon language is quite like that. Drinking, I hope you mean cold water. Not exactly. I mean, if you want to drink cold water, go for it. I guess I don't need boar meat. What time, though? Probably afternoon. I mean, if we're going to be drinking afternoon for sure. I'll put in the Discord a time. I'll try to coordinate something. And this is not Karstag's cave, for whoever asked. Daedric is just an English cipher alphabet, but Dovazul is indeed a totally different language. Yeah, Daedric does have some unique words from what I remember, like Kinreeve, Valkinaz, that type of stuff does actually mean something. But for the most part, yeah, it's just it's a cipher. Alcoholic breakfast? Yeah, dude, sorry. I put Amogus and Daedric on one of your thumbnails. Amazing. I also have a big channel update coming out soon. It's not really that big. I shouldn't hype it up like that, but we will be getting a new profile picture soon, which is going to be fun. That way I won't have to use this default Gray Fox anymore. What kind of game? Will some Smirnoffs cut it, or should I break out the old smoky moonshine? So what it's going to be is a Elder Scrolls Legends themed drinking game. So if that suits you, oh my god. If that's something that you think would be fun, then please tune in. Man, I didn't know these guys did so much damage. Probably get some Modelo and mead. I actually had mead, I think I talked about this last stream. I had mead for the first time just a few weeks ago, actually. I was out camping with my cousins. My cousin's husband brought some mead because her and, well, there was vigorous healing on the ground. Yeah, he brought some mead, and they both make it together, which is pretty cool. Was waiting for a Skyrim live player. Hell yeah. Welcome, Aaron. Glad to see you. How's the audio? Is the audio okay for you guys? Yeah, we need the Thieves Guild boots. I also I need the legendary, my Thieves Guild stuff, like, my Thieves Guild stats I was using. Okay, this is the meme. Okay, are you watching? So, this pile of books here, pile of books is all Lusty Argonian made. Okay? And, just move this. Move this. There's also, yeah, linen wraps that are next to it. Okay. I've never seen anyone talk about this, but I always remember this pile because it's not just a meme. It's also, if you dig through all the books, oh, look at that. It's the spell tome for telekinesis. Isn't that cool? So, all these Reiklings are getting busy over here. You can actually find some value in it. Guess I had some spell books. Men only think about one thing. Yeah, Argonian tale. Audio sweet. Okay, good, good, good. What does mead taste like? It's like honey alcohol. Am I using any mods? I'm not using any mods. I'm playing pure vanilla. Never knew about the spellbook? Yeah, there's a spellbook buried underneath all those. You know about it a lot. Unsettling implications. It's not particularly settling, but you know, a Reikling's got to do what a Reikling's got to do. So can't hate. Ooh, we're finally getting like good items from chests. I do want that stamina ring. Although I like both of those as well. I don't know. We'll hold on to it. But that's why I came in here. I wanted to get telekinesis. Not only is it a very fun spell, but it's also a very useful spell. Because I've decided I'm trying to go for level 100 everything on this playthrough. And so I need to build up my exploits in vanilla Skyrim. The most unsettling implication is that Reiklings can read. You know what? That's very true. Just sit here and block for a minute. I mean, wouldn't you? Yeah. I'm glad we've got Serrano with us, because this would be tough. How do you directly eat from your inventory? I know how to do it on console, but I don't know how to do it on PC, on mouse and keyboard. Because on console, if you just click right trigger on your food, it'll automatically eat. Oops. Dude, I love these puzzles. Like, were the Nords stupid? What did Todd Howard mean by this? You're gonna put the answer to the puzzle right above the thing? Oops. Thought it would taste like iron and give you poetic powers. That's fair. That's a fair assumption. Without any milk. I only need Eric the Slayer. I love the story of Eric the Slayer. Like the real life guy that he's based off of. It's very cool. Okay, I don't think I need this Stormfang on me right now. I guess I always forget that I have Serrano to just give stuff to.
Oh, what is it? Anything good?
Delicious nails. Dude, I was gonna add a nails emote, but I was like, nope, I gotta add the Legends emotes first. Next will be nails. I have the PNG on my desktop. There is a black book in here. Okay, interesting. We're gonna see Tentacle Boy. Does Serrana have any unique dialogue when you take her to Solstheim? No, I think it's mostly the auto-generated stuff that she says, like, yep, there he is.
So, another seeker after knowledge enters my realm.
My friend hates Apocrypha so much.
I am Hermaeus Mora, Prince of Fate and Lord of Secrets.
Here, I actually have to...
This
Sorry.
is Apocrypha, where all knowledge is hoarded.
Much better. Sorry, I know it's paused on your end. I had to fix my chat so I can see more of you guys talking at the same time. The vibes are immaculate. I wonder if the Elder Scrolls was inspired by Lord of the Rings. I mean, pretty much all modern fantasy is somewhat inspired by Lord of the Rings. Here, I'm going to turn this down a little bit too.
If so, welcome.
Yeah, pretty much all modern fantasy is somewhat inspired by Lord of the Rings, but as far as direct inspirations go, they didn't really have a huge hold on the series until, like, Oblivion is the big thing that people say.
You are a fool or a coward. If so, you
Don't mind Apocrypha, just freaking hate the Soul
your
Karen.
book again and escape before
I always hate the Soul
Apocrypha
Karen.
claims
Soul Karen
you
does suck.
forever.
Okay, I honestly, I'm just gonna walk past him. Yeah, the Soul Karen really is. I don't want to say it's poorly designed, but it's it doesn't have enough identifiable features in it. The reason my friend hates Apocrypha though is just because, like, he thinks it's gross, which, like, granted, it is kind of gross. Oops. Can we shout him off the side, or is he like a giant? He's like a giant. Can't move giants. Man, we do like no damage. Who needs damage when you have a shield, though? I think we can get... Is he gonna fall? I think we can get one hit in on... Yeah, never mind. Doesn't matter. You've never done the Jupe book quest because you can't find them? That's why I just... You gotta resort to Google at some point, honestly. Like, unless you want to be an absolute maniac and do it all by yourself, which I used to be like that. I don't do that anymore. If it's gonna waste my time, I look it up. I got too much, like, shit to do on a day-to-day. Also, you never found the Stones of Baranzaya. Stones of Baranzaya were interesting for me. I had a book when I was a kid, like the actual legit Skyrim official guide. And I used to bust that thing out. I'd take notes in there. Like, I was absolutely devoted. Okay. I think just for getting through here quickly... God damn it. I hate when I move my mouse wheel. This is something they should change. With OBS, when I move my mouse wheel, it, like, slides all of my chat up and down. Okay. It's called the Soul Karen. It's supposed to be lifeless. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't add, like, a cool tower or something to identify the area a little bit better. Okay, so I think for the sake of getting through this part of the game, because we have such low damage otherwise, we're going to be reverting back to the bow when need be. That's still not great, but it's better. Wish there was a shield in Elden Ring that worked like Oriel's shield. There sort of is. There's a weapon called it's the why can't I think of them? It's the Tree Sentinel shield. I don't know what the actual name of that shield is, but it's pretty cool. It'll, like, reflect magic off of it if a spell's cast at you and you parry. Bro, this is incompetent. Sorry, man. Our build is the stats are spread out all over the place, so really trying to beat Mirax soon, that way I can reallocate my stat points. God, we're so slow. Erdtree Great Shield, yeah. Yeah, it's the closest. It's not the same, though. I'll give you that. Loads more streams, please. So nice to have on while you paint. Oh, you're a painter? That's awesome. I could never, like... I could never get into painting. I'm always more of a drawer. Oops. Paint just is not my thing. I like painting, I'm just not good at it. Ooh, muffle. We need that. Muffle's what? Alteration? Yeah. One day when my saves don't get corrupted, I plan on going through everything in the game. This includes getting all the stones. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely satisfying when you get all of them. You get a really cool buff, too. I should have been going for that this whole time, but I guess when we pivot back to being stealthy, I think that's going to be a fun thing to do. I would like to ideally get everything done this playthrough that I can get done anyway. I love that this apocryphal lock, by the way, uses the standard Skyrim lockpicking method. Okay. Yep, I didn't loot this yet. Build map is satisfying too. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no, I did. I did open that. Okay. Cool. Really good lore books in here, also. If you're ever looking to, like, read up on Elder Scrolls lore, just come into Apocrypha and read some of these books. It is good to know which ones are worth your time and which ones aren't, though, but... Important question. Cat girlfriend or lizard girlfriend? Can I plead the fifth and not answer that question? I shouldn't have read that question, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a way to get through this. Oh, I only have the first tier of Whirlwind Sprint. I think there's a way to get through this, because doesn't this hallway expand? Yeah, I think if you have all 3 words of power, you can get over there, but oh well. Oh wait, I didn't see who said that question. How's it going, Sterling? One-handed already at 80 though, it's kind of insane. And I gave up on castles so quick. You know what's funny on that video? I've gotten a lot of comments over the past 2 days of people saying that they are genuinely enjoying that game. And I'm kind of just like, look, if you are, good for you that you found some way to enjoy that, but definitely not my thing. This is vanilla, yes. Do I have any better shouts? Cyclone's pretty funny. Does Cyclone work on this thing? If Cyclone works, that'd be... Nope. I figured it didn't because Unrelenting Force didn't, but just gotta check sometimes. Three words might? Okay. What's crazy is that this is not even like legendary difficulty, we just have shit stats. Lead the fifth means you're hiding something? Yeah, yeah, I've got a deep secret, guys. So, okay, so plead the fifth is like a universal term then? It's not just an American thing? I'm a simp for elves who think they're above me. Aren't we all? Can we do the plate glitch through the wall here? I'm gonna try it. go. Ooh, that felt close. Nah, I don't think we're gonna do it. I want my plate back though. Whatever, I still got one. Good evening. How's it going, Ophelia? I don't get why someone would choose it over Shelter. It really is just a worse version. I think there are people... Oh. Back here. I think there are people who are, you know, more Elder Scrolls fans than Fallout fans, myself included. But, you know, maybe some people just don't want to play Shelter because it's a Fallout IP. But it is just a much better game. Like, if you're looking for an idle game, definitely the better option. I don't want to fight another one of these with the bound sword, to be honest with you. This Ebony Mace is going to be better. Okay, charge this. Oh, I have a black soul gem filled with like a petty soul. That's nice. Oops. Did I drop it? I don't care. About to put your pigeons to bed. How long do birds sleep for? Sleep as long as humans do? Live Dareloth, thank you for all your great content. Thank you for all your great comments. Quick save here. More health means I can be more of a tank. The shield's probably fully leveled up. Yeah, look at the stun. Down. There we go. I believe Plea the Fifth specifically refers to the US Constitution, but ours was iconic, so here we are. Other countries may have discovered it now, though. Yeah, other countries are finally catching on. That's right, it corrects itself. Fantasy red flag, though. Can't stand pompous people. FR. Once it gets dark, they settle down for the most part. Pigeons, for example, won't really fly in the dark unless threatened. So it depends on the time of year for outside birds. Interesting. We want to get Black Market. This is the best one. It's another reason to come into this dungeon because you get access to the homie, who we will put on our bar. Okay, what is a power? Z.
Let's make a deal.
Okay, now he's always got insane items. Yeah, and we're finally starting to get some actual money in this game, so I'm gonna sell this. I don't know if I have any potions to sell. All these can probably go. Not even gonna look at them. Just gonna get rid of them. Cure poisons. Don't need those. Lingering poison. No. 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 Skooma. No. 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 I'm not sure if you've stated this in a video already. What's your favorite test race, or maybe top 3? I always do top 3, so it's good that you narrowed it down for me to that anyway. Top 3 would be Imperials, Argonians, and Dunmer. Not in that order though. Just in general, I like those 3 the most. I think they've got very interesting lore. Honestly, Nords have been creeping up my list. They used to be like bottom 3. Now they're probably top 5. It's really a shame what Skyrim did to the Nords, though. Like, They are very underrepresented in this game, but like old Nord culture is super, super cool. Yeah, let's make a deal. I love this guy. Is there a piece of lore that's been changed / retconned that especially bothers you, or are you generally happy with the lore now? I mean, kind of what I just said, the Nord lore is kind of like, I don't know, that stuff has been retconned a little bit, in the sense that we don't see it represented in game. I do wish that we got more, or like a jungle Cyrodiil would be super cool, but I'm not one of these people that's super upset about that. Like, I love Oblivion. It was my first Elder Scrolls game, so I can never be too harsh on it, but also a Cyrodiilic jungle would have been so, so cool. And I think we talked about this last stream as well, but a lot of the weird Blades retcons. I don't mean Elder Scrolls Blades, I mean the faction of the Blades, how they were kind of retconned in a weird way. I'm not a big fan of. Okay, we got the dragon up there. Like how they've been turned from agents to spies to samurai to dragon hunters. It's like, could you not have just come up with another group, Bethesda? Okay, equip Dragon Rend, because I always forget to. I think smithing is going to be the next thing. I don't know if you guys would want to watch me like just power level smithing though, but I think that's the next thing on my list. Also, got to add to the money kill count. I don't think that hits. Oh, that hits. Roach the elf race. Yikes. Someone willing to admit they were wrong about Nords being based. Look, the Skyrim Nords are not based. The Nords in lore are cool. Like that shit about the tongues. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to queue up 2 arrows. God damn it. Merchant doesn't seem too bothered by being summoned if he's bound somehow. You know, he's making money. I mean, I'd like to think... I don't know if you guys have played a whole lot of ESO, but there's that kind of new Daedric Pocket Realm that they invented for that game, and it's kind of like a hub for Daedra and mortals alike. I'd like to think that's where he's from. Also, can we talk about how cool the gameplay loop is of Dragon Rend a dragon, ground them, and then when they fly up, you Dragon Rend them again? It's really awesome. Nords and lore are absurd. Yes, agreed. How'd they get retconned? They have a lot... I mean, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily like retconned. It's just we haven't really seen any of it. So the Nords have like a ton of cool inherent powers with the voice that we don't really see. Or they should anyway. They're also like supposed to be seen as the children of Kain. And kind of supposed to be a little bit distinct from the other races of men in that they think that they were divinely created by Kain. But you really don't see that in Skyrim. You more see the Imperial side of their culture, which could have been on purpose, but I mean, the book... oh, damn, I missed. But yeah, the book, nice. Pocket Empire, first edition, claims a lot of this stuff about Is he really gonna go all the way over there? I feel obligated to kill him now. I got him to half health. My whole point about that though is that it's like, oh, sneak attack. Wow. That book kind of takes place like Second Era, and it's pretty crazy for their culture to have deteriorated that much, but not impossible. Okay, let's go retrieve that soul. Sadly, I feel like that happens to all the races when we actually get to see their home provinces in the game, except the Dark Elves. Yeah, well, and that's another thing too with. Oh, I forgot about this fucking guy. All right. I don't even want the dragon scales. We'll need them later, but my smithing's not high enough. I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I was talking about Riemann a lot in my video, my Dragonborn video, and I think it would be super cool if Riemann was actually the product of King Hrol, you know, copulating with a hill, and then he was born with the Amulet of Kings embedded into his skull, in his forehead. But like, I just don't think that's how Bethesda wanted to write it. It's written more as a mythological tale in my eyes. So a lot of the like whimsy and fantasy of this series has kind of gone out the window recently. And different people have their own thoughts on that. Okay. Redguard's in the Redguard game kind of goated. I've never actually played Redguard. I own it, but I haven't played it. I like to think that Skyrim is going through a rough phase during the Fourth Era. That's why the Nords don't seem to be like they used to be. Maybe. I mean, everybody's kind of going through a rough phase in the Fourth Era, to be honest with you. The Fourth Era is just written so that way nobody comes out on top. Okay, we'll see how many of these people survive this. I think Tharstan is essential.
Where'd you...
Wow, did he die right away? No. No, he's essential too, isn't he? Can I show my conjuration level? Yeah, I'll show it in a second.
Sorry, but you left me with no clue.
Level 57.
I don't know how I got here.
Okay, we need to go cleanse the rest of them. Nobody comes out on top but the Thalmor. Yeah. More or less. Anyone have a favorite character from the game / lore? Yours is Pellinol. I really don't know how to feel about Pellinol. He feels like, you know, we know nothing about his personality, essentially. He's just like, we hear stories of him. So, I don't know.
Now through them does he speak.
Oh, we need all three, don't we?
Underworld.
Yeah. Sothasil is a really good choice. Sothasil's very cool. Do you think Elder Scrolls 6 will also be 4th Era? It has to be. Setting it anywhere else would be insane. There's so much that's not been resolved in the 4th Era. The 4th Era has so little lore, especially because they seem to refuse to write lore for the 4th Era. Like, I don't know why Blades and Castles couldn't have had some lore for us to work off of. Like, even Legends, I feel like a lot of the events that happen in Legends, like, I mean, they're really cool, but they're not really filling in a lot of the gaps that I'd like them to. They're more just like fun side stories. Oh, there's another thing. An interesting way to do Test 6 would be to make it at the same time as Skyrim. I actually saw someone leave a comment and say that exact thing like a day or two ago. I'd never thought about that, but I don't know. I would like to see like a 5-year, 6-year time skip. I think that'd be cool. Just do it the way that we did the old ones. Like, make it fairly condensed. I saw people talking that like Fudge Muppet had a video about their ideal Elder Scrolls 6 being 60 years after. I think that's way too long, personally.
Here in his shrine.
With the current state of the different factions and peoples in the 4th era Skyrim, original plot does seem like it makes a lot more sense with the time and setting. Yeah. Concur. Elder Scrolls 6 should be after Skyrim, but not like 200 years. Yeah, the 200-year time skip, I get it, because they wanted to like get past that thing and establish some new lore, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like they've done a whole lot with that lore, right?
No one else. I had a friend spent a lot after he moved on to greener path. It's the not many. The one Cretius borrowed came from the blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Okay, well, I think we're going to move on to doing some smithing stuff. I'm going to check Kolskager Mine to see if they're open again.
Cretius he better give that pickaxe back.
I feel like 10 to 20 years would be an okay time frame. Yeah, I would like that. I'd like something condensed because I still want to know like what the kind of immediate effect is of the Skyrim Civil War. I don't want it to just be like a footnote in history, like, yeah, that happened. What do you think will happen with the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion in the next game? I mean, tensions are going to be high, regardless. The Empire is gearing up for a second war, essentially, because the Thalmor are. It's a real-life parallel to World War I and II. Like, World War I directly led to World War II. So, this is essentially, the Great War was... And the Great War was what World War I was called. So, the Great War in Elder Scrolls is essentially World War I. So I'm guessing the next game will be World War II, which if we're following real-life patterns, it would take about 10 to 20 years to get around to that. So that's why I think 50 to 60 is insane. Let's go to Kolskager Mine over here. If the Aldmeri won the war, they would make a good villain. Yeah, I mean, they're already the villain. Like, they're gonna be the same villain. That's why, again, I don't think we're gonna have a huge time skip, because we set up the Dominion as this huge threat. And, we need to see that paid off. It never got paid off. What are we gonna do? I'm looking for general stats. Is it just general? Days past, 73. So I think it's probably been about a month. That's when ore regenerates, it's after a month. So we'll go back. See if we can go back in. Jace, how do? We do. Invasion of Somerset, make it a real World War II parallel. I would like to see more, like, instead of phrasing it as a as an invasion, I'd like to see it phrased as a liberation. Like, I would like the plot for Test 6 to be something like
If you think it'll help.
getting the races of Man and Mer together for a common issue, and that common issue would be the Thalmor. It would be like kind of a thing that would bridge the differences of both races. Make them come together, realize that there's a common threat. Then yeah, I mean, maybe that could lead to a invasion of the mainland of Somerset. if that's the case, is Skyrim Civil War the Tamriel equivalent to the Spanish Civil War? Honestly, I don't know a whole lot about the Spanish Civil War, to be quite honest with you, so don't know if I could give a fully educated response on that. My degree was in history, but I didn't really take a whole lot of classes that were outside of the ancient era, so. But Spain's history is very interesting, for sure. High Rock's the best location for Elder Scrolls 6? Ugh, I don't know about that. High Rock's kind of already been done, for one. And two, it's kind of got bland white people there again, and I don't really want bland white people in my Elder Scrolls game again. Hammerfell and High Rock. See, then you're not getting the full culture of either place. And Bethesda already struggles with that. Like, did you guys not see Starfield? How they tried to expand their horizons and then they made that? They work best when they have a condensed game to work with. Trying to get them to do 2 cultures in 1 game, not gonna work. Don't think it's gonna work. Good luck invading largest naval power in Tamriel, though. Yeah, people forget about that. That the High Elves are, they have naval superiority. Honestly, I'm not even sure they could competently do 1 region at this point. Yeah, no, I don't think so either, to be frank with you. Bethesda needs a major upgrade. Yeah, they need more people, I think, working on the games that actually give a shit, or they need to fire more people and bring it back down to like a Skyrim level team of 100 people, and you have just 100 really dedicated people that give a shit. And I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on all Bethesda employees, because I'm sure that they all care about the product that they're making, but like, I feel like they're rushing a lot of this stuff, and I don't know if there's been a whole lot of quality control at Bethesda, which is one reason I was super excited for Microsoft to take over initially, and then Microsoft took over, and it seemed like they didn't really get any quality control. So,
not be all the things you just can't be
didn't really seem to fix the problem that I was having with Bethesda. Username here. Good evening. How's it going, man? Todd, don't market new AI-generated content challenge. At least Todd Howard mostly keeps to himself. I will say that about him. Just gonna give her every soul gem that I have. She'll be my soul gem chest. Okay. I think you're dead on about quality control. I think there's a lot of new people at the company that are kind of running wild with super loose guidance, / nobody telling them what to do. So from what I've heard, Todd Howard kind of just shows up every once in a while and like gives a thumbs up, but I don't think he works on the games personally anymore. So, I don't know. Hammerfell is known for having a competent navy as well. Imagine if the creation engine could handle naval battles between Redguards and High Elves. Are they known for having a competent navy, or are they known for having pirates? Because I always see the Iliac Bay associated with pirates, not like a good navy, necessarily. Could be interesting, though. I'd say Redguards are definitely runner-ups. Why wouldn't he work on the games? Well, he's the game director. He doesn't, like, go in and code every day. He basically just checks to see what people are doing. Three ribbon purveyors on turn 4. That's awesome. You get super reduced. Sometimes in my nightmare, my sleep paralysis demon will be saying 4 times the detail. 16 times the detail. I'd say the Abyssian Sea is more piratey. I guess, yeah, Abyssian is what I was thinking. You're right. I'll always remember Todd's face at the Game Awards when Starfield didn't win anything. Yeah. We have the Warrior Stone equipped, I believe. Got the Droops and Bone Break Fever. That's rough. Okay, so I feel like I have so much shit on me. I'm gonna go into Whiterun. To have piracy, I feel like the Red Guards would have to be at least competent shipbuilders. Oh, I agree. Like, being competent sailors is one thing. Having a competent navy is like an entirely other thing. You know? The only thing not working at Bethesda is, Todd, I wouldn't say the only thing not working at Bethesda. There's probably plenty of things not working at Bethesda. Test 6 should win Game of the Year, like Skyrim, and of course twice the decade to last. Well, I mean, we'll know what it should earn when it comes out. Like, don't judge something before it comes out. It's a big skill to learn. Like, don't go into, you know, the rest of your life thinking that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be amazing, because when it releases, you're probably going to be disappointed.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Why disappointed? Because Bethesda's making it.
Have you met my friend? Take a look.
And Bethesda is not a competent company. Okay, yeah, we're just going to be on a little bit of a crafting espionage, I guess. Bethesda didn't disappoint you at all with Skyrim. Right, Skyrim's a great game. I love Skyrim. But then comes Fallout 4. And then comes Fallout 76. And then comes Elder Scrolls Blades. And then comes Elder Scrolls Castles. Like, you see where I'm going? They've dropped the ball. I mean, Fallout 4 was decent, but they've dropped the ball kind of like 4 times in a row. So, fans are not really expecting a whole lot from them. And I don't include Legends in that mix or ESO because Bethesda did not make those or work on them. Legends was made by Direwolf Digital and then Sparky Pants, and Elder Scrolls Online is made by ZOS. So, keep one of those. A lot of game companies lately are pretty bad. Yeah, it's kind of a plague. Oops, Bend Will. Out of nowhere, just scared the shit out of that child.
So soon? You must be. That's.
Oh yeah, Starfield. I even forgot about Starfield. Starfield sucked ass too. So, 5 times in a row, not just 4. And again, there's people that enjoyed Starfield, and if you do, that's crazy. Like, good on you. But,
love dealing with mortals.
I don't know. There's a difference between liking something that that people don't, and then saying that that's something that you like is good. Like, enjoying The Phantom Menace is fine. Saying that The Phantom Menace is cinema is problematic.
If you think it'll help.
ESO's kind of rough without the subscription. I think people get so addicted to that subscription, then they start to hate the game without it, but you can play it just fine without it. The game's definitely better with ESO Plus, though. I totally agree with that. I'm gonna fight you on the Phantom Menace. That's crazy. Attack of the Clones, different story. You know what? I think Attack of the Clones has like from what I remember of that movie, it's been years since I've seen it. I think the first half of that movie is like pretty good, and then the last half is like totally dog shit. Whereas the Phantom Menace is just completely boring the whole way through. You can't be. I'm not defending Clones over Menace. I'm saying they're both not great. And then Revenge of the Sith, I think, is better than both. You are talking to a guy, though, who thinks that Star Wars is, like, kind of terrible, though. I used to love Star Wars when I was a kid. I don't care about it anymore. And it could be that Disney took over, but I just don't care. Thinking about revoking my membership right now. So what do you think is great? In terms of what? There's a lot of things I think are great. Star Wars is dead as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I stopped caring. Like, here's another thing too. I don't watch TV shows. Like, I don't do the whole TV show thing or the Disney Plus thing. So when I see all these like TV shows coming out, like that's what killed Marvel for me, was that they were trying to get me to watch like 18 TV shows. I don't have time for that. Or I do have time, but I'd rather sit and play something else. I'd rather play a video game than watch a show. Yeah, I heard Andor was good, but the thing about Star Wars too, Star Wars will take like one character that has a cool looking helmet, and then they'll make an entire show about them. And the only reason that people will watch it is because that character looks cool. That's like why George Lucas can sell toys, is because he just makes insanely cool. I guess he's not in charge anymore, but you know, like Star Wars just makes cool looking characters, and then they sell toys, but those characters are like lifeless, like Zori Bliss from Episode 9. Andor's literally just some guy that looks tired. Well, and that's my point too. To get to my point, that's why Andor didn't do well, is because Andor is actually like a show that's trying to be a show, and it's not about a guy in a shiny helmet.
How did you do that?
Too many products, no quality control whatsoever. Also, big issue with Marvel is everything has to be jokey comedy now. Yeah, they've been like that for a while, but they've really, I think they lost what made the old Marvel movies so good.
I work with my mother.
Let me know if you see anything you like. Everything's for... Take a look.
Well, and actual Star Wars fans are going to enjoy Andor, for sure. But you've got, like, the general people probably don't care. That's probably the one they skipped, because they looked at it and they were like, who's Cassian Andor? And then they didn't care to watch it.
Do come back.
Thor: The Dark World is a top-tier movie. I think that movie gets shit on a lot, but I wouldn't say it's top tier. I'd say it's objectively bottom tier, actually. I used to watch that movie a lot, though. I had it on my DVR when I was a kid.
Be careful.
Enjoyed Dark World. Love the Dark Elf Malakath. He was so watered down, though. Yeah, well, that's another thing with a lot of those movies. Is that they take the villains from the comics and then they just do nothing with them. Like, as far as villains go, Malakath is just a big, angry CGI guy. Well, not even CGI. He's
Don't
makeup,
forget
but
to check inside the shop if you need anything.
my favorite armor in Skyrim, probably the Nordic carved. I loved The Last Jedi and enjoyed a lot of the stuff I've seen in the sequels, but I got upset that Disney just abandoned it and plays it safe with the original trilogy and prequel stuff. Yeah. I don't know. The Last Jedi, I can definitely say I did not love that. I think it was dumb for them to bring Loki back. Making Loki, like, just because Loki was popular, making an entire TV show about him, kind of crazy.
Take a look.
I haven't seen it, I'll say, but doesn't necessarily make me want to watch it. I guess I'll just buy up some ebony whenever I see it. And we can sell off this jewelry. Would you like to live in the Elder Scrolls universe? No. I think we talked about this last stream. I would probably spawn in and die. I'd probably just die. I'd probably catch, what do I have right now? The droops? Yeah, I'd probably catch the droops and I'd die. Like, because I'm not a denizen of Tamriel, right? I'm just a guy. So, yeah, I think this this world would kill me.
Good day.
Okay. Still have 3 pounds of stuff. You'd be Jarl of Winterhold? Nice. That's a choice. Yeah, I gotta call the companions to exterminate the Daedra in my house again. Is Droop CC content? I've never heard of it. I don't know. I just have it. That's all I know.
Do you need something? If you think it'll help.
Oh, I forgot to take that stuff out of her inventory. Whatever, man. Oh wait, no, it's not Creation Club because I don't have the anniversary edition. Droops is Solstheim only. Damn. Reichling gave me a disease. It's genetic. I just am born with the droops. Do some house stuff. Don't you like to learn powers? I can't learn powers though. I'm a guy. I don't have any magical ability. I'm not like, again, we talked about this in one of the previous streams. You are not an Elder Scrolls man. Like when we talk about men, we're not talking about real life men. We're talking about a race of fictitious people called Nords, Bretons, Redguards, and Imperials. And so you, whatever race, you are in real life, you would spawn into the Elder Scrolls world, and you'd fucking die. That's the realistic answer. That's me being a dickhead and trying to have no fun with it. If I could learn any powers and stuff, then yeah, I think that that Elder Scrolls would be a cool place to live. But if you're just generally asking me that question, I think I would just spawn in and die. What are we talking about right now? Just joined. We're talking about if you were transported into the Elder Scrolls universe. How long would you live? I would thrive. Yeah, I simply would thrive. All that stuff that you guys are talking about, not for me. I'd just live. Simple as. You'd know all the glitches. That's true. If you know the glitches, you can live. But then what's the likelihood that you'd get a game-breaking glitch that you couldn't get out of? Like, you get stuck in the floor? That's not good. simply survive. As a medieval setting, the quality of life wouldn't be that great. Well, and that's another misconception too. Skyrim's not medieval. It's medieval's a term that you'd use for a real life place. Which character needs to return in the Elder Scrolls 6? I don't know about return, but like seeing some lore characters that we've never seen before would be interesting. Man, I need more emeralds and shit. I think a better question would be, is Skyrim feudal? Certain parts of Skyrim, certain parts of Elder Scrolls are feudal. But feudal is more of a government system, right? Probably be an Imperial Synod mage focused on herbalism and alchemy. Yeah, but if we're talking about real life, you get transported there, you're going to pass the Synod Mage Bar exam. Gotta do a lot of studying. This is always the question when you get transported somewhere. You think you'd just be able to walk everywhere? You gotta eat and sleep. You gotta train and study. We're taking this question literally. Okay. I do have like an overabundance of crap on me. And I'm not happy about it. You would love to do that? Full-time student. What level do I want smithing to be at? 60, right? Yeah, we need 60 smithing. So I know a spot that we can go to. I don't know how well known this is, to be fair. I want to say it's up over here. So we'll put that on our map and we'll go walk that way. I would not want to see Tiber Septum come back. I think that's about the 5th time you've mentioned how much junk you have. Well, I have nowhere to put it. I keep opening my inventory and I've like done so much inventory management and then there's like 20 pounds that are gone from my inventory. I did make all those potions though, I need to get rid of those. Wouldn't mind if they just dropped Daedric Princes. Really, just completely never included them again. I think that'd be kind of nuts. They're kind of a core part of the series. I guess you can knock down giants with unrelenting force. Didn't think you could. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do have to say, Skyrim's random events happening really does make the game more interesting to walk around. There's a saber cat, okay. Nice. Oh, shout out Mirak cultists. Does one still make sneak damage if one is visible? If you are not visible to the person that you're shooting, shouldn't matter. You know, if Mirak is so mighty and powerful, why do his cultists only know Fireball? Firebolt. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the most insane combat, and there's a dragon over there. I guess there's always a dragon over there, though, isn't there? Yeah. My God. My God. Can't get on the side of him. What the fuck? Oh, okay. It's been resurrected. Don't forget that ward is only available to sorcerer creatures. Okay. What a fun combat. Now we get to level our restoration. Video idea, how screwed is each guild without the Dragonborn? So my hot take is that it's not the Dragonborn that does every guild. It's the Dragonborn does the main quest and then the DLCs, and then all the other guild stuff is completed by other people. Not just straight up like the Dragonborn, but any of the playable Elder Scrolls characters. I think they're probably not simultaneously the Archmage, the Grey Fox, the Listener, and the Fighter's Guildmaster at the same time, for example. JD, what's good, man? How's it going? My favorite Daedra and Aedra and why? As far as Aedra go, I don't really have a favorite. I guess Akatosh, maybe? Just being the time god is pretty cool. I also got so off track. Where was I even going? Going this way. Okay. Yeah, probably Akatosh, I guess. Just for being, like, cool. And... that's Mike. As far as the Daedra go, I don't know. There's so many cool ones. I think my list is usually, like, Nocturnal, Sheogorath, and Hermaeus Mora. Do I take bribes? Bribes to do what? I'm not going to eat my tooth if that's what you're asking. Baldur's Gate 3 told me that Hold Person is the scariest spell in existence. It is. It's such a good spell. Please, Elder Scrolls 6, give us Julianos lore. My man Julianos has been held down for so long. Give that man an iota of lore. Aedra, Akatosh, Daedra, Jiggalag. Oh yeah, Jiggalag's for sure one of my favorites. Sick. Okay, so this is my spot. Go to Mazulft. Solid Dwemer Metal. Jiggalag is up to these days. Yeah, I think it's criminal that he wasn't in Elder Scrolls 6 at all, or Elder Scrolls 5 at all. Ain't even gonna harvest that poor fox? Nope. I don't need a fox pelt in my inventory. Do those even do anything? Can you even make leather out of a fox pelt? Leaking test 6 deets? Yeah, I'm an insider, bro. Dude, if I got early access to Elder Scrolls 6, I don't know if I could keep my mouth shut. With that said, Bethesda, please give me early access to Elder Scrolls 6. But also, I don't think Bethesda would like me very much. Whoa, $10 New Zealand currency. Humbly request at least one game of Legends during the stream. Dude, you didn't have to donate for that. For sure, man. We can do that. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Yes? This better not be all the things you just can't be bothered
Sounds
with.
like something someone would say with sounds like something someone with early access would say. Yeah. You'll never know, really. Okay, so if we go into here, get yourself a beer sometime on me. I will, man. I will. When your channel is monetized, I will absolutely do the same thing. I'll give you that $10 back. Okay, this is my spot where I get my Dwemer medal from.
Alright, let's see what you have.
Bro Joe Hobo. Hello. I remember in like 7th grade explaining how to open a lock to one of my friends, and he just did not understand it. He was like, dude, I don't get the lock picking. Like, what do you mean you don't get the lock picking? It's easy. Oh, hey. New Dwarven Metal unlocked. I wonder if I could, there we go, I got it. Ooh. Got that one too. Nice. Okay, well when I do my crafting, see how high the shit gets. I guess if I really wanted to, I could do some sleeping as well. That would buff the XP. I wonder if the introduction of a third faction into the field with the Empire and the Dominion are fighting each other. That'd be cool. I don't know who they would do, though. Do I know a guy named Straight Up Irish? I do not.
Wait, I know you.
I don't think I know a single Irish person, to be honest with you.
Got some good pieces out here. I don't... Take a look.
Okay, we've still got a ton of shit in our inventory. I'll buy all that iron. She doesn't have any Dwemer. We could kill her and reset her stock, but I don't really want to do that to her. We'll sell some potions, get these out of our inventory. Okay.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
What now? Alright, let's see what you have.
Wait, I know you. Yeah, I love how they don't do anything if you just ignore them and walk away. It's peak game design, really. Have you met
He's
my
a
father?
steward up at Dragonbridge.
Started a Daggerfall playthrough for my first time. Wish me luck. Yeah, good luck. I've tried it before. It's kind of tough.
Be careful. I help my father in more ways than
What makes
his
me
finest
think that
weapons
the
alone.
Dragonborn gets trapped in Mora's realm? It's sort of implied by the game. Like, Hermaeus Mora gives you a bunch of haunting sort of messages about you becoming his thrall throughout your playthrough. Like, he's like, you can't resist me. And, I mean, you can say things like, back, you demon, or stuff like that, but, it's sort of implied, even by, the Skal village, that because you've aided Hermaeus Mora, you are kind of forever in his debt in some sort of way. So that's where that theory sort of stems from.
Until next time.
Sounded like the dude from Silence of the Lambs. What is it, Buffalo Bill? I feel like the Dragonborn will figure it out, or not.
You
Well,
think
yeah, I mean, those are the two possibilities, right?
Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise
Yes.
the advisor and leave it at that.
All right, let's see what you have.
Elder Scrolls can be kind of tragic sometimes. Well, I'd like them to introduce more tragedy into the games. I would like it to be more adult. You know, have consequences for actions. Don't just make it a straight up fantasy setting, because the lore is not just straight up fantasy. It's like a lot of crazy shit. Just look up how vampires were created if you want to be unsettled for a little bit. But then you play the game and it's not really that well represented. Okay, we'll go buy some straw. Do you think Bethesda will make Elder Scrolls 6 a Starfield 2 with a fantasy
know what's
theme?
wrong with
If they want
Skyrim.
to end their entire company, they would do that. One of the conditions of the White Gold Concordat was that the Empire had to cede southern Hammerfell to the Thalmor, right? They've got more reason to rebel agaagainst the Empire than the Stormcloaks do. Yeah, well, they did rebel against the Empire. They just straight up seceded, and they left. And, yeah, it's kind of been the end of that story. Like, they fought off the Thalmor. The Thalmor kind of had a lot of their army in Cyrodiil at that point, I think is the idea. You can read a book, it's called The Great War. Just look it up on UESP, and it will tell you all you need to know.
Yes?
Mora is going to have to argue with the other Daedric princes over who gets you, depending on the playthrough. Well, it's not that your soul was there, it's that you're physically trapped there. So, your character is stuck in Apocrypha, essentially. Like, we're not fighting... When we fight Miraak, we're not fighting his soul. We're fighting Miraak, who's been prolonged somehow. I don't know. It's never explained. He's been prolonged through magic, I imagine. His lifespan, anyway. So, that would be the same situation. Okay, going to Lakeview Manor. Creation of Empires is not PG. Yes. It's a way for Bethesda to get rid of the Dragonborn without using Akavir or becoming a Daedric Prince. Yes, and I think it's a decently creative idea too. Okay, I want to make a bed, so I probably need nails. I'm guessing I'm getting low on wood. I wish you could just buy like 5,000 sawn logs and that would be the end of it. You studied history and philosophy? Yes, I did. I have a major in history and a minor in philosophy. That's my background. Doing some building, eh? Is a bed considered furniture? Oh, I need leather. God damn it. Let's see if I can just kill an animal outside. What mod slash creation club are the Paragons from? Those are base game, baby. Those are base game. Well, it's DLC, but it's in the Dawnguard DLC. You find those in the Forgotten Vale. They give you cool items. Grab ourselves a bow and bow. First time you'd seen him? Yep. Oh, another bunny. Oh! No way. No way. No way. There he is. Oops.
Where'd you come from?
There we go. When you can't aim, just punch people in the head. Do love my nails. Yes, I do. Thanks for the stream in the chat. Had a great time. Good night. Yeah, thank you, Steven. For some reason, I like very much gods with canine or aviary features, like Kain, Mara, / Hircine. Oh, I hit his legs or something?
Where'd
Okay.
you come from?
Kain, Mara, Hircine, is that strange? I don't know if that's strange. I really like Helia in Pillars of Eternity. She's the goddess of life, and she's also, like, she takes on a bird aesthetic. I think she's also the goddess of the sky. Very Kinnereth-esque. Dude, who is attacking this horse? 2 necromancers just ganged up on a horse? It's not very nice.
I heard something. Guess it's all clear now.
Goaded with the bow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Has anyone noticed that the things they use to market the Elder Scrolls just become annoyances? Oblivion Gates, dragons. Will this happen with Test 6? I really don't want there to be like a gimmick thing. Like, it feels like every Elder Scrolls game after Morrowind has to have the gimmick. So the gimmick of Oblivion is the gates, Skyrim is the dragons, ESO is the dolmens. Like, stop it. It's that Michael Jordan meme. Stop it. Get some help. Just make a cool open world. You don't have to make a bunch of events. That looks like a deer to me. There it is. Oh, I see it still. Nope. It's down here. I'm gonna get that deer. I need that leather. Oh, fuck. Ah, okay. I think dropping the gimmick would be fresh. Yeah, I think it's about time, right? That's after... Oh, I missed the first thing you said. Oh, hey, a wolf. Give me 1 second. Let me kill this, this dragon. Is Cliff Racer's part of Morrowind's marketing? If it was part of Morrowind's marketing, I don't think they would have sold as many copies. I wish Kain was a little less friendly animals and a little more raging thunderstorms. Didn't even know she was associated with storms until I watched lore videos. It's more that, from what I understand, Kain is more associated with storms, whereas Kinnereth is more associated with friendly animals.
One step closer to return.
Okay. Head on back. Test 6 should just be Aldmeri, Dominion, and Empire fighting each other. I think there should be something bigger going on in the background. I mean, as much as I would like to see that conflict get resolved, I don't necessarily want it to be the only conflict in the game. Is there not a tanning rack at the house? What? Oh, no, it's right here. Watch out, Blood Dragons can attack either lane. You're so right. Yeah, I think after we get some of this crafting stuff done, I'm gonna rest, and then I'm going to get that XP bonus, do a bunch of smithing, and then I think we'll be good to swap over to Legends. Or no, is it Lover's Embrace? Is that what you have to have? Or that's just a better bonus, isn't it? I think Well Rested is fine. Kind of hoping for an economy system. Doesn't have to be too complex, but buying shops and building a company or trade caravan would be something cool. I really like in... Oh, is it because I still have these diseases? Oh no, I've got Well Rested. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I really like... Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is one of my favorite games of all time. And that game has a system where you can buy shops, and then you become the owner of them, and you gain like a passive income over time. I think that could be something fun. It's sort of like the investing you can do in businesses if you have a high enough speechcraft in this game. And let's take some of... I guess I don't need any of this.
Do you need something?
Okay.
Alright, let's see what you have.
Just gonna take all of this stuff. Okay.
Faster. It's not great for my skin, if you know what I mean.
Now, I spam Dwarven Bows. This usually gets me a handful of levels. They sell back for a decent price. Okay. We do have one Dwarven Ingot, but I don't know if I have a... I do have a Grindstone. Okay, cool.
Oh, what is it?
Gotta do chores, or got chores to do, and take the trash out. Good night and have a pleasant day. Yeah, you as well.
Alright, let's see what you have.
Damn, she couldn't take all of them. How much money do you think an official physical test lore book would make? Well, I own one of them. They do have physical lore books. I don't actually know where mine is. I got it as a Christmas present from one of my friends, but Elder Scrolls actually does have an official like lore book that's been released, but it's just an amalgamation of lore books from the games that are put into one thing. I do need to find that. I'll bust that out at some point on camera. Well, not on camera. I'm not going to show you guys my face, but I will show you guys like with my phone what it looks like at some point because it's very cool. And yeah, I think it could make decent money. I've been looking at the Pillars of Eternity lore book recently. I'd like to know what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to do a save, and we're going to swap things over. Because the Thin White Duke made a very generous request for the Elder Scrolls Legends. Oops. Pop that open. Need to play Pillars of Eternity 2. The first game was awesome. Dude, 2? Okay, here's the thing with 2. I hated 2. Apologies in advance if I tank your viewership. I don't care. It's not about the viewership, it's about the viewers. So, the thing about Pillars of Eternity Deadfire is that I think the writing is a bit more irritating, but it's irritating for a purpose, if that makes sense. Like, Pillars 1 felt like all the factions that you had to side with were kind of like okay to an extent. I remember with Deadfire, I was just mad. I was like, I didn't want to side with any of those factions. It pissed me off. But the gameplay is so much better, and you can multi-class so much easier in that game. But yeah, okay, so we're swapping over to Legends right now. This is Elder Scrolls Legends. If any of you guys haven't played it, this will be kind of a fun showcase of the game itself. So Legends is an Elder Scrolls card game, and I've got tons of decks on display over here. I muted the game earlier, but I'll turn the audio back up. That's probably fine right there. Yeah, so there's tons of cards. They're all based off of Elder Scrolls stuff. We've got the Morthal Watchman right here. You know, Relentless Raider is kind of like a Nord thing. You can search by type, so if we wanted to look for Bretons, we could fill our deck up like this. Every deck can be made out of 2 attributes or 3, so they're based off of the OG Elder Scrolls attributes before Skyrim. So you have oh, there's not a single strength Breton. Interesting. So you have strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, endurance, and then multi-attribute. So some cards are... Oh, oops. Guys, give me 1 second. I've got to get my... got to get my chat back opened. Because I closed my chat on accident. One moment. Let me see here. I'm so bad with OBS and I don't have anyone here to tell me because I can't see it. I want to say it's tools, docs. Oh, chat. There we go. It's the one that says chat. Imagine that. Okay. So, anyway, that's how this game works. Someone mentioned something about Pillars of Eternity 1. And I kind of need to see if I can find that. What deck am I going to play? I don't know yet. On your first Pillars of Eternity 2 run, you sided with no one? Yeah, fuck siding with people in Pillars 2. But it's written like that on purpose, because in real life you have to kind of cooperate. PoE 1 did not have multiclass, if I remember. PoE 1 didn't have multiclassing, but it did have, like, you could take skills from different classes. So it wasn't like proper multiclassing, but it was sort of multiclassing. Pillars 2 does have good multiclassing. My biggest question with Legends is it pay to win? If not, how limited is getting new cards for free? So if you see right here, I have 235 coins. Coins are very easy to get. It's just gold. And you can buy card packs with these coins. So I can buy 2 card packs because they're 100 each. So you just get those. Bada bing, bada boom. Is this a multiplayer game? Yes, it is. So, open the card packs, and each card pack has 6 cards. I'm going to open them like that. They let you open them individually, which is kind of fun. You get to see the different rarities. I'll let you guys look at these for a moment. So we've got Imperial Lackey, Windhelm Gatekeeper, High Rock Stalwart, Guildsworn Wayfarer, Luminous Shards, and Ebon Thread Cloak. All of these cards, this is actually a good showcase. So we have creatures, we have an item, and we have an action. And there's 4 different types. There's also supports in this game. I doubt we're going to pull a support here, though. But yeah, so you can grab from any single one of the DLCs that's ever come out. You can pull cards from them. And then if we go to get card packs here, there are options for buying cards. I bought some cards in the past. I would recommend, if you're going to buy anything, the 15-pack bundle, because it's kind of like a decent middle ground and you get a legendary card, but you don't need to buy anything. You really don't. Everything can be obtained in game. I've bought like maybe 3 packs my whole life, and the rest I've gotten with gold. So I would say this game is not pay to win at all. In fact, it's very, very user friendly. And if you see here, this is the only DLC that I don't have. It's just a puzzle thing. But there's always, always, always an option to buy with gold or with actual money. So if you wanted to pay $10 to get this, you could, but you don't have to. You can just use in-game currency to get it. And that's the same with all of the story DLCs as well. So in this game, there are 4 storylines. I don't know why they're all Caius Casades right now. Okay, so there's 4 storylines. The Forgotten Hero is free. The Forgotten Hero is the baseline story, and it takes place during the 4th era, during the Great War. The Isle of Madness is, it takes place on the Shivering Isles. Super, super cool. Fall of the Dark Brotherhood takes place during the fall of the Dark Brotherhood before Skyrim, where everything went to shit for them. And the Return to the Clockwork City takes place in kind of an ambiguous time post the Forgotten Hero, but not before Skyrim as far as I'm aware. Kind of iffy on the timeline because you have characters from the Forgotten Hero that appear in Clockwork City, but it's a very nostalgia-heavy take on what happened after the Tribunal fell in the Clockwork City. So these are the 4 stories. All of them can be purchased with the in-game currency. Can't get it. It was made for an older version of Android. That sucks. The thing is, this game is free on Steam, so you can get it on Steam as well. It's not just for mobile devices. You can get it on Steam. I'm playing on Steam right now. This is my mouse moving around. So not really a huge reason not to play it, unless you're looking for a specific mobile game. But honestly, on mobile, I fumble cards with my fingers all the time. So, yeah, whole Sotha Sil storyline. Had no idea there was such a story in Legends. It's really cool. You can see actually into some Sotha Sil memories. There's also, aside from story mode, there's puzzle mode and there's solo arena mode as well. So you can play against AI or you can play against real people. Can I link my mobile and Steam accounts, same cards on both? Yes, you can. It's very, very simple to do, actually. You just have to have an account on Bethesda.net, I believe, and then you can do both things at once. So, aside from that, when we go into multiplayer, there's different versions of multiplayer as well. Right now, we don't have any events going on, but even though this game is in maintenance mode, there are still events that pop up. I personally don't play any of them because I am so bad at events. I get shit on almost every time that I do them. But you enter events with event tickets here. Again, I have 69 of them. Nice. And you don't ever have to buy one of them. You get them from daily login rewards. This is what the daily login looks like. I've only been on 6 days this month. But you can get cards, you can get gold, you can get soul gems and all that. And yeah, you just pay like 1 to 3 depending on the event, I think, and you can get in, play for some prizes. No matter where you place, you always get some kind of a prize. And what else did I want to mention? Oh, duplicate cards. So every deck can have 3 cards in it. So you can have like 3 Nord Firebrands. That's it. Max exceeded. You can only add up to 3 copies of a single card to a deck. Now, I opened 2 card packs, right? And I had all those cards previously. So I'm going to destroy all of the cards that I got and turn them into soul gems. These soul gems that are going to be used here, after deleting the cards, these soul gems I can use to craft something I don't have. So there's still a handful of cards that I don't have in my collection. I'm going to look for something that I don't have. Madness Beckons. Don't have Madness Beckons. I'm going to summon 2 of these, and there we go. So I used cards that I got as duplicates to create new cards in my collection. Very simple, very, very easy process. And yeah, totally free. All of it's totally, totally free. And with that out of the way, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Elder Scrolls Legends. So what we're going to be doing today is playing some kind of a deck. I don't know, Thin White Duke, you can decide. I'm going to show you my list of decks here, because Thin White Duke is the one who paid for this, who bribed me into this. So I'm going to go slowly through all my decks. These are all the ones that I have available. Some of them I know what they are, some of them I've totally forgotten. But I hope you guys can see right now how much effort was put into this game versus something like something like Elder Scrolls Castles. Can we do Alone and Angry for a throwback? Do I still have that? Did you see that on here? I do have it. Okay. Let me give a brief rundown of what Alone and Angry is, and then we'll get into things. So in most card games, you would want to have some consistency in your deck by having, multiple copies of certain cards to have some kind of a synergy. The thing with this deck is that it's a singleton deck. So you'll notice I have 50 out of 50 cards here. Oh, oops. Let me reload this. I have 50 out of 50 cards here. And what I was trying to do is this. Zoom in. So 50 out of 50 cards right there. And that's because there are a few cards. Sorry. I gotta get this back to normal. I'm not the best streamer out there. I apologize. But you'll just get to see this float across the screen. That should be kind of fun, right? So, 50 out of 50 cards. The reason you run Singleton in any kind of a card game is because there are benefits to it with a specific few cards. So, Siege of Stros Mackay here. If you started the game with no duplicate cards in your deck, you play a random creature, item, support, and action from your deck, all on one turn, which is super, super cool. 4 different types of cards, creatures, actions, items, and supports. You get to pay 10 magicka to do all of them in one turn, which is very, very awesome. Mordecai the Deathless here. It's a 5/5 for 5. The summon effect is that if you started the game with no duplicate cards in your deck, you gain 5 health and you restore a rune. I will explain what that means in game, but it's very, very, it's a very, very good card. One of the best cards in the game if you're playing Singleton. And then we also have, actually I don't have it in this deck, but there's another card that synergizes with this. It's a Sothasil themed card. It's a support. We don't really need to get into it though because I'm not using it in here. The main thing with this deck is that, again, it's Singleton. It's going to be using a wide range of cards, and we are going to attempt to do some crazy stuff with some of our high-end cards. So I'll be explaining what every card does when we put it down and how we're going to be getting our victory, our win condition. We're going to go into Ranked, and we are going to queue up this deck. Why no sets masterwork? I will explain once we load in. And again, that's only 21 seconds. You'd think that for a game that's been in maintenance mode for how many years now? 5 years? You'd think that for a game that's been in maintenance mode for 5 years, you wouldn't be able to find a match in 20 seconds, but there's still plenty of people playing this. So the reason that we don't run sets masterwork is because we're trying to get a mushroom tower out of the game. So right out of the gate, we have our opponent here, Mendel, 261, the Jack of Trades. They're on a 75 card deck. We can tell that because they have 71 in their deck. They have 4 cards in their hand. 75 is the minimum for a 3 card deck, whereas 50 is the minimum for a 50 card deck. You can tell that this guy's on Redoran, which is a combination of strength, willpower, and endurance, whereas I am on a deck called Warrior, which is mixed of strength cards and endurance cards. Just added Legends to your Steam library. Thanks, guys. Like I need another Elder Scrolls addiction. Okay, so there's also 2 lanes that this game is split into. So if we hover over here, the field lane has no special rules whatsoever, It can hold up to 4 cards on both sides, so it's split horizontally. We also have the Shadow Lane. Creatures entering this lane gain cover and can't be attacked for 1 turn. Cover is a mechanic that I'll touch on when we go over there. I'm going to match his Ald-Balad the Assassin with my Ald-Balad the Assassin. Now, because this card has a keyword called Lethal on it, it can insta-kill anything that it touches despite only having 1 attack power. So they've killed my Ald-Balad the Assassin. Not a great start so far, but we're doing okay.
Our glory will live on forever.
So they look to be on a deck that's going to be trying to buff a lot of the cards in their hand. We call this hand buff. Redoran is known for hand buff. Any card that has the mechanic of rally on it, like what this card does, is going to boost cards anytime that it attacks.
I will die for what's right.
Okay.
I slay the unworthy.
So far, our opponent has an edge on us for sure. There's the Mushroom Tower that I was talking about earlier. And I think I just want to do something like Preserver of the Root here.
My skin.
Should have been more worthy.
I will die for what's right.
So every time that one of these things is broken, you'll notice that I have 5 of them on my player logo here. These little blue things. Anytime one of those is broken, I will be granted a card. So there's kind of like a bit of a downside to just hitting your opponent insanely because they're going to be generating more stuff. So Little Girl is Babette from Skyrim. You'll notice that a lot of these cards are actually references to IRL Elder Scrolls characters, or I guess not IRL, but you know, Elder Scrolls characters. They're not just oblique references. So Little Girl is a reference to Babette in the sense that if she's out for 1 turn, after it goes back to your turn, she'll change into a 5/5 ageless vampire with Drain, which means that when they deal damage, you'll gain as much health as they did damage. So we're going to put her in the Shadow Lane. She'll gain cover here, which is this little smoke effect right here. And that means that people can't attack Babette while she's down. And I'm actually going to put the Ebon Thread Cloak on Babette as well. So the Ebon Thread Cloak is an item that makes it so that way my opponent can't attack her with actions. Okay. So it's looking like this game's kind of getting away from us at this point. But there's definitely ways to come back. I'm happy that this thing has been rallied on because it's not very good. It's had 4 rallies on it.
You took a wrong turn.
Okay, Felled Almighty. Not too bad. Not too bad. We're going to get rid of this.
Just rest now.
Kill this. And we're going to put what's called a guard down. So this gold barrier around here means that if anything wants to attack, it's going to have to get past this guard first, before it hits me or before it hits our ageless vampire here. Have you played Gwent? I have played Gwent.
You took a wrong.
The end of life is not the end of
Okay, looks like looks like the stream is going down, which is incredible. Love that. Love that so much.
Should have been more worthy.
Yeah, well, we just got our asses cooked in this one anyway, so I'm going to concede the match. And one thing that I want to make a point of is that conceding a match is not a problem in this game. If you concede, if you're playing ranked, you'll lose one of these little ticks, which is your ranking. It's actually the constellations from the Elder Scrolls, but there's really no downside to leaving a match early. If you're getting frustrated or if you're having a problem with the way someone else is playing, just leave. That's okay. There's no problem with that. Audio cut for a sec. Yeah, the stream was kind of going down for a minute. I don't know why. Can you imagine how many hundreds of dollars we would have spent on these cards had this game come out in 2004? Like freaking Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Yeah, for sure. I should also point out that the deck that we're playing, Alone and Angry, it's not always going to be consistent. Because it's a 50 card deck, it has a lot of different pieces moving into it, so really we're trying to broadly win here without a focused strategy. We're just trying to make it work. Now, our opening hand here is, I'm back. I've seemed to have beaten you. Were you the one playing me? That'd be crazy. Our opening hand, though, it's not great. We have a lot of high-cost things, so you'll notice our Magicka, where my mouse is moving down here, our Magicka increases by 1 every single turn. The cost of our cards is that blue thing in the upper left. So we want to be getting to kind of a high magic account. That was them? That's funny. Oh, you dipped out after you loaded into the match? Okay, gotcha. I didn't see that. My stream was kind of bugging out. Oh, stone throw. That hurts me.
I'm gonna get them first.
That's happened before on this channel too. Okay, we'll go for a Dark Guardian. We can maybe equip a Poison Dagger there, give this thing lethal, but we need to get rid of this. This is another Redoran deck by Marcos is awesome.
The hiss shall heal you.
And that guard is obnoxious. I don't know if I want to put the Poison Dagger down. I actually really don't, because then he could just hit this thing with some kind of removal, but I guess I don't really have a better option. So that's what we'll do. Now the reason I don't want to put this on is because my opponent has 6 cards in their hand. The maximum you can hold is 10. And I don't want them to have some kind of hidden trump card in their opening hand that they can get me with. Something like that. Very annoying. So because this is a guard, now I can't kill this berserker over here, who's going to continually ramp up against me. I do have this, which can kind of help, but it's going to be a little bit rough. And all that he has to do is just check his turn timer. Unstoppable Rage is another good option. He's not hitting me though, which is interesting. It's almost as though he knows I have Mordecai the Deathless in hand. But we can do that.
If you're looking for trouble, you'll find it. If you're looking for trouble.
Is he gonna play like Giant Scamp or something? We could get Venom Tongue back. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Read. There is a toll for this
You
road.
took a wrong turn, stranger. You took a wrong turn, stranger.
I am invincible.
Okay. Awesome.
I raise the spine of battle.
So that's why I wanted to get that back. This card has Slay, so it has Slay gain +1 max Magicka, so you'll notice we're at 15 now. And it's also got Lethal, so anything that this card damages will die. That action I used, Unstoppable Rage, is that a friendly creature deals damage equal to its power to all other creatures in its lane. So we just did kind of an insane move. Mordecai here, this is one of the singleton cards you'll remember, is a 5/5 for 5. The summon effect, if you started the game with no duplicate cards in your deck, you gain 5 health and restore a rune. these are the runes here. Every 5 health they break. So we're going to play a Night to Remember on this, which is a reference to the Skyrim quest that you get drunk with Sanguine at. A friendly creature disappears to who knows where and then returns in the other lane, shackled. Shackled means you can't move for 1 turn. So our Mordecai's now over there.
Chaos with you.
Do this. I'm going to play down a Spine of Elder's Blood. And that just gives us +1 more Max Magicka, and then I'm going to end my turn. And Marcos is kind of sitting here. How do you win in this game? That's a good point. I haven't brought that up yet. You get your opponent to 0 health. So my opponent right now is at 29 health. We need them to get to 0 health. The game's not frozen. My opponent is just not doing anything right now. It looks like they might have left the game. Oh, never mind. They're here. Now this is a turn timer here. When this green circle goes all the way back, he's going to run out of time completely. Daedric Dagger, nice. Okay, so this is annoying. We do now have the Siege of Stros Mackay though. So this is the combo that I wanted to get off in the first place. Siege of Stros Mackay. If you started the game with no duplicate cards in your deck, you play a random creature, item, support, and action from your deck. So we're going to play Odahviing. I'm going to put him... I'm going to put him over here. Ebon Thread Cloak. I will pocket that because I don't know what's going to happen to these creatures. Mushroom Tower. And Mute. Mute's pretty good, actually. I'll use that. And we're going to be sacrificing this anyways, so I'll use that. Oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Well, now we have to sacrifice Odahviing because I'm very smart. Night Shadow. Orc Horripilation. I'll pocket that. Fell the Mighty, I will pocket as well. And then we'll just do something silly like this, which again, I did not play correctly, but I'm not thinking very well right now. Because I'm trying to give Legends lessons and I'm goofing it up. But yeah, that was a decent way to kind of clear the lane. Smooth moves. I don't know about smooth exactly, but we got it done. That turn that I just played was not very well optimized. I should not have sacrificed my creature there, my Venom Tongue. There's so much to explain, guys, honestly, in this one video. I can't go over it all, but yeah. May I ask what the funniest names you called your characters were? Mine were I like to cook and eat, Fish Takrot, and my personal favorite, Dude. I don't know if I have any particularly funny character cards or anything. Okay, so we want to do that. I'll lay down the little girl. Why not? Then we'll wait. We don't want to hit him right away, because if we hit him, we'll be breaking one of his runes and giving him a card. I typically, so Antikira, I typically don't name my characters funny things. I try to like roleplay whenever I make a character, so usually they're pretty either generic or serious type things. Squish the Wimpy? That's not how that works. Is it? Oh, because he's killing. Okay. Thought he might have wanted to do breakthrough. Well, I'll play the Gravesinger. Sorry, that was my Discord, not yours. Understandable. Thanks for answering. Of course. Oh, Nighttalon Lord. Ash Berserker. Okay, so this is one of my favorite cards. This is the Red Year. And I am going to hit him. The Red Year is just a board wipe, is what we call it. So it deals 10 damage to each creature. We're going to throw that down. And it's going to kill a bunch of his cards. Now his deck is kind of annoying, to be honest with you. He's got a bunch of stuff that's resurrecting. So he's got like this card here, Falkreath Defiler. He's getting stuff back out of his discard pile after it's been killed, which is slightly annoying. I think he's got his own Red Year that he's probably waiting to use, because he's also on Strength, and he's not playing anything at the moment.
Behold the power of the
Doomcrack, okay. Alright. So this is going to be kind of an interesting turn. I think we'll actually do it with a Tree Minder. So, Tree Minder is going to buff up our Magicka, but that's not the point. We're going to put a Fork of Horripilation on the Tree Minder. Tree Minder is going to get -2 to its attack. But we're going to equip a Daedric Dagger then, which will buff it back up to 1 and make it lethal. Then we hit Squish the Wimpy, which is a card that allows our card to attack other cards, not on its turn. We do that. Gain 3 cards. Boom. Split up our lanes. And now things are going okay. He's going to mute my cards. Mute is an obnoxious card, to be honest with you. And there's Odoving.
All can be had for the right price.
Aldora the Daring. Aldora the Daring doesn't really fit into this deck since we used Siege already. But we'll put her down nonetheless. I think the only move that I have that makes sense currently, and plus since we have so much Magicka, I'm going to shuffle in more of these. And then I'm going to put the Gatekeeper down with Ebon Threadcloak. We'll see what happens. So fair and balanced. Yeah, Mute is a super fair and balanced card. Okay, Daedric Dagger.
This one will get what you needed.
It is a fine day to fight.
It's got to battle one of them. So our opponent is very low on resources. They've used just about everything in their hand. They've used everything in their hand. So our only play now... Oh, Mechanar. Mechanar is a super fun card. Mechanar is a DLC card. He's exclusive to Legends. He's an 8-cost 4/4. The summon is that you stitch together the top creature from both decks to create an abomination and put it into your hand. So what Mechanar is going to do is basically take the best stats that he can from both creatures, and then you get to choose what summon effect you want for this creature. That's very good. That's very good. We're going to take the Sower of Revenge here, and there's a reason for that. We have so much Magicka at this point that I'm hoping he hits me here. I'm hoping he hits me. And we generate some cards, and then we can get a kill with the Sower of Revenge dying. As long as he doesn't gain any health, we should be able to win.
Taste my blade.
Okay, perfect. Hist Grove. So long as I generate a creature, I'll say. If I don't generate a creature, I actually just threw the whole game. Okay, we got a creature. 9, 14, Wow, that works out perfectly, right? 9, 14, 18, 20. So, put down our
Should have been more.
Sower of Revenge. Now, Sower of Revenge has a last gasp effect, which means that after Sower dies, it has an effect. So the effect of this card when it dies is that it deals 5 damage to your opponent. Now, you can only hold 4 cards in one lane. So if you try to push that over, you have to kill a card in that lane. We're going to kill the Sower. And the Sower is going to deal 5 damage to our opponent. And then we get the win. So, that's an example of a good version of how to play this deck. And this is another good showcase, Battle Victories. So after you win 3 games in a row, check this out. If you win 3 games, or not in a row, sorry. If you win 3 games, then you get rewards. And these rewards come in a pouch that can give you gold and some random card. Very, very easy to fill up your collection in this game. And so, with that out of the way, I'm going to dust that card that I got because I don't need it. But that's a quick Elder Scrolls Legends side quest from our stream. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and then we'll boot back up the Skyrim in a minute. Okay? Thank you to the Thin White Duke for having us derail into Legends for a minute. I'm going to play that song that I was playing again, by the way, if anyone wants to listen.
The sea of night raging fire in our veins, as life will wax and wane. Like music we'll hear your waves once more, and sail to another shore. The cold of a silent past, the moon in silver cast, it shine a vision quest. For us it gives no rest. Through the beat of time, the flowing waves of rhyme, we are guided by old and salty night. The sea of night running dark in our veins, as life will wax and wane. Like music we'll hear your waves once more, and sail to another shore. On the dreaming sea, when darkness sets us free, free of our worldly cares, we become corsairs, and into wondrous worlds we go with sails unfurled, to battles lost and won, to
Okay. Let us let us go back into the game. No, dude, I think it's funny. I think it's so funny. But it's funny. I like seeing everyone think that it's their Discord. What is the name of the music? It is Sea of Dark by Old Gods of Asgard. Right there for you. Very good song. I've been addicted to it lately. Of course. Okay, so we left off doing some crafting. I do... No, it's not. It takes a little bit. My computer is slow. I need to get a new computer. Ever listening to the Wolfang twins? I don't know who that is. I've never listened to them or heard of them. Wow. Alright. Bird just duplicated itself. That's cool. Okay, let's see about actually progressing some quests. About some stuff. So I want to get my one-handed up a bit because I feel like we're very under-leveled as far as one-handed goes. I could diversify my... Okay, how do you guys do this on PC? Alright, attacks with maces. I guess that would be a good one to get, but we only have 5 perks here. I think it's called Sea of Dark. Oh, Sea of Night. My bad. Sea of Night. Yeah, it's a song from Alan Wake 2, which is a super good game. I'm actually going to play that on my second channel at some point. I don't know if you guys would want to see that streamed, but that's where I would do it at. I do want Block Runner, because that's a funny skill. More armor. I've never seen Alan Wake actually played, so it'd be interesting. Alan Wake's so good, man. Second channel is called The Garden of Dareloth, similar to the Discord. I don't know if you'll be able to find it. Let me, because it's only got like 15 subs or something like that, so let me find it. Oops. Oh, 35 subs. Look at that. But I've got nothing posted there yet, so it's going to look like it's not me, but I promise it is me. Yeah, it's only been around for a couple of days. But I wanted to start playing some games that are not strictly fantasy, but that's kind of like my MO on this channel is to do fantasy stuff, so I kind of wanted to do a second channel just for like other gameplay VODs and whatnot, and it'd be a little bit more of a laid-back, relaxed channel. Now I think we'll have several new subs. I would hope so. That would be nice. Some games that I wanted to play on there, like Alan Wake, really all of Remedy's catalog. I wanted to do Deathloop. Deathloop's one of my favorite games. I wanted to play that on there. I think that game gets a bad rep, so I wanted to play that. And what else? Risk of Rain 2 just had some DLC drop. I wanted to do some runs on that game. Just a bunch of different stuff, really, that I think would be a kind of clutter on the Dareloth channel, so thought that it would be good to have a second place to upload all that stuff. Holy shit, anyone else run into 10 ads within the past 2 hours? I'm sorry about the ads. I have ads run randomly, so it could be that you'll never see another ad for the rest of the stream. I don't really know how it works. But I do think that... Oh man, did you hear about that DLC, Dareloth? Dude, I've played it. They fixed a lot of the bugs. It's still not good. It's definitely still not good. But I thought that it would be fun to make some videos on it. Because I still enjoy Risk of Rain 2. And that game, I actually do play modded. I'm very, like, bizarre with how I like my Elder Scrolls games. But, certain games I don't mind having mods for. And that's definitely one of them. Old school Tomb Raider would be cool to see you stream at some point. I would stream, I don't know about the old school games because I've never played them. Maybe at some point. I do have the entire new trilogy of Tomb Raider games, and I need to play through the third one still. I played through the second one, and I played through the first one a long time ago. But it's been a while. I would like to do those at some point. Just kind of go through my Steam library and see what games I have and haven't played. But I would love to try it. That new Indiana Jones game, I'm actually excited for. Todd Howard had a part in that game. A pretty large part, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be cool to see. Let's go cleanse the Sunstone. Make me feel old as hell. I just never really got around to playing those games. I only got into them when they started re-releasing them. Or remaking them, I guess. I don't really like mods or Creation Club, but they have some fashionable armors. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I don't mind armor mods or anything like that. Like, I ran some mods on console a while back, and they were just like, it adds more trees and makes things look prettier. Like, that type of stuff I don't really mind. But it's when there's like gameplay mods where, you know, they turn the game into Dark Souls or something. At that point, I think you should just play Dark Souls. It sounds like that's the experience you're looking for if you're doing that to Skyrim.
Good enough.
We're in high school in... I can only see the 2000 part of that. Like 2-0. Because on my end it's cut off. Oh, 2003. Gotcha. Yeah, I started high school in 2015? 2014? Yeah, 2014. So, any mathematicians out there, any people with a with an engineering degree can figure out how old I am. The word favorite probably won't work, so what's your preferred faction to side with in PoE2? Okay, let me think about them. Can you list them in chat? The factions, because I'm gonna forget the names of them exactly. There's the Deadfire, or there's Rawatai, right? And then there's the Huana, and who am I forgetting? Rawatai, Huana. Oh, the pirates. God, what are they called? I can't think of it. I'm blanking right now. Oh, the old Valian Republic, right? Huana Valian Trading Company, yeah. Rawatai, Principi Sen... Yeah. So I think my favorite of those... Like, I'll tell you the strengths and weaknesses of each. Like the Juana, I really respect their right to govern themselves, but also they're very like set in their own ways and hard to reason with, right? Then you have the Valian Trading Company, which they seem to just kind of be out to destroy the land and they're out for money. Rauatai seems very colonialist. And the Principi, yeah, the pirates, I mean, I wouldn't really trust pirates in real life with a whole lot, so they're not my preferred. I guess it's probably between Rauatai and Juana. What about you, Ilya? Like, I would love to do a Pillars playthrough at some point as well, but I don't know how fun Pillars would be to watch, you know? Like, Pillars is super fun to play and immerse yourself in, but it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a hard game to stream.
Who's there?
Or even just like make a video on.
I knew I heard something.
Which might be some of the reason that it's not as popular as like Elder Scrolls, for example. You can definitely notice the damage increase though, from our perk point. It'd be fun to watch with some kind of roleplay. So I tried doing an evil character. I love the idea of being a Wudikan priest in Pillars 2. I've just never really been able to fully commit to it. I also think, like, I beat my first run of Pillars 2, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta play that again. And then I loaded up another game, and then I was like, it's gonna take me like 80 hours to beat this shit. So I stopped my run, and then I tried using console commands to speed up the game progress, and like the Bells of Bareth. Tried to speed up my progress with those, but I don't know. I think I just needed some time from that game until I was ready to play it again properly. Would Batman survive in Skyrim? With prep time, he can do anything. Generally Juana, occasionally Valian, with keeping current director. Rauatai rings close to home to side with TBH, and pirates are pirates, right? Yeah, I feel like with the pirates, you have to be playing a certain type of character. There's also doing solo, but solo is totally not what they want you to do in that game. Like, it's so hard to do. I did solo my first run, and I remember getting to the end game, and I felt like I played the game wrong at that point. Who's your favorite companion in Pillars of Eternity? It can be 1 or 2. Or, like, your top 5, I guess. With roleplay and worship of deity can be really cool. Choosing options that your deity favors. Yeah, yeah. Well, I really like the priest. I love how the priest and the paladin work in Pillars 2. I mean Pillars 1 as well, like how your behavior can dictate how much your god favors you. Super cool idea. After seeing ending slides with going alone, guess I'll reload. Yeah, no, seriously, I think I actually did reload my first playthrough. Adair is for sure my favorite. Safe choice, but his writing is just good. Yeah, Adair is super cool. Really can't go wrong with Adair. I don't know, am I going to get flamed for saying... He's not my favorite, but am I going to get flamed for saying that I like Durance? I know a lot of people don't like Durance. I think he's a great character. We blew him up is the most quoted line in the game. Blew him up. Or no, that's a dare. Blew him up. Yeah, I remember that one now. Such a good line. Classic Dear Wooden response to anything. Never heard of that game. Is it one you might stream at some point? I would be so down to stream Pillars 2. Again, I'd probably do it, or Pillars 1 even. I would probably do it on my second channel. So as to not clog the, you know, the feeds of people who've subscribed for specific lore stuff, because looking at my analytics, like, as much as I love doing kinds of variety content on here, most people are subbed for the lore and the video essays, so I'd probably keep that on this channel, pretty specific, and then do more gameplay-oriented stuff on the other one. But I would like to stay here until I can get that other channel monetized. I would like to stay here. Because, honestly, I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but, like, streaming stuff and getting stuff together does take a bit of effort, which is something I thought was stupid until I started actually doing it. Like, you do have to take time out of your day. Editing stuff does take a while. And, I mean, as much as I love just, like, playing video games. Also, do you guys see this visual bug? As much as I love just, like, playing video games, you know, I'm also responding to people in chat, like, so it's all kinds of stuff like that that really goes into it. Makes it a little bit more effort heavy than you would think it is. Durance is a terrible person, but a great RPG companion. Yes, exactly. I don't think I would like Durance in real life, but I fucking love him. Hard to... Okay, hold on. Oh no, I missed that. You did a playthrough as an Aethys Priest? So fun. Dude, doing an Aethys Priest is on my bucket list. I need to get that shit done. Hard to point outright favorite, but I do really like Takehu in Pillars 2. I enjoy the character development you might have if you steer him that direction. See, Takehu is one of the characters in Pillars 2 I actually never got a whole lot of time with. I didn't really play with him in my party. Because also for a while I thought druids were stupid, so I was like, oh, I don't need that guy. But he's definitely going to be in my next group. Jackie Chan would definitely survive Skyrim. There's loot everywhere for him to beat his opponents with. He really is a great improviser. Every Jackie Chan film I've seen has been impressive, if not for the fact that it's just Jackie Chan doing it. It's super cool stuff. Would Legends end up moving to the other channel? That's what I've been wondering. I've been wondering how many people would like to see Legends. And so I was going to make a post about that. Like, I would like to see Legends stay on this channel, because I want Legends to be promoted to more people. And so more people are going to be on this channel than the other one. So Legends staying on Dareloth rather than the Garden of Dareloth would be preferable, I guess, for like actual viewership and connection to that game. But as far as what people want, like I do want to make stuff that people want to see, you know? But I do think that this channel is a good platform for Legends promotion. So, I don't know. We'd have to see. Let's see. I only played Pillars of Eternity 2, so mine is Jodi, Seraphim, Maya, or Takehu. Those are very good options. I like all of those. I was never a big fan of, like I think just personally, in my opinion, my personality would not jive well with Seraphim if we met each other, but I do like him as a character. But for that reason, I didn't really have him in my party. Okay, let's see. I think it's cool how interactive with your viewers you become through your streams and then allowing them into your Discord. Well, it helps when I have such cool viewers, to be honest. Like, the fact that you guys just, like, are willing to talk and, you know, bounce stuff back is incredible. Like, when I first started streaming, you know, you have, like, 1 to 3 people in your stream at a time. And it's very hard to have a concurrent conversation with different points of view and stuff when there's only 1 to 3 chats coming in per minute. So the fact that we have like actual really good conversations going on all the time is super awesome, not only for me to connect with, but for you guys to see and listen to, and I think it makes for good entertainment. So yeah, all in all, I think that we've done a good job here on the channel. Who is Durance? Durance is a character from Pillars 2, or Pillars 1, sorry. I don't want to give any spoilers for those games because they're so good, but I do have a lore video about Pillars of Eternity. It's on my channel, and if you're curious about Pillars, you can watch that. It does have a lot of spoilers in it, though. It's a pity Druid Spirit Shift isn't as busted in PoE 2 as it is in PoE 1, but Druid is still a good spellcaster. Run Takehu mostly as a single-class Druid. I feel like multi-classing Druid, even in 5e, is weird, right? Across. Holy shit, I'm buzzed. Jackie Chan is kind of like Will Smith and Jim Carrey were, despite the fact that the characters they play have different names. Well, the thing about Jackie Chan, too, is that he's, like, actually so capable of doing his own stunts and whatnot. Streamed Legends a few times. Nobody ever talks to me, except maybe every now and then. Well, another thing about Legends, you'll notice if you watch this stream back, there weren't a whole lot of people talking when I was streaming Legends, and I think part of that is because people are invested in the game and they're watching what you're doing. It's a very focus-heavy game, so it's not necessarily like a bad thing that people aren't talking, so long as you have somebody watching, right?
Asking, seek him out to the south. Be cautious, Dragonborn. There is.
Looking forward to getting some regular chatters and streams, yes.
So the dragons have returned.
Yes, it is a big, it's a big thing to do. I mean, to be honest though, also, Thin White Duke, it's probably difficult due to your time zone, you know? Which is unfortunate. Like, sometimes I'll be going to bed and then I see that your notification's coming on to stream and I'm like, ah, shit. I would pop in, but I'm tired. Fun fact, Jody on My Country is named Zuri for some reason. That's weird. Jody, also, Laura Bailey, voiced, or I was going to say Laura Bailey voiced by Serana, is Laura Bailey who voiced Serana. Can justify the Smirnoff screwdriver in my mini fridge under the desk finally. I bought a bottle of Smirnoff recently. I haven't opened it yet, but...
Dangerous knowledge is now that is a dangerous path indeed. Hermaeus Mora gives nothing away for free. You may end up like Mirak, of course. 2 power-mad Dragonborn. It could be very interesting. Oh yes, they're not hard to locate.
Normally play on my mobile while I hear you stream. That's cool. I feel like we're in a multitask kind of culture, you know?
While this fascinating madness engulfed Solstheim. But my book isn't what you're looking for. I'm quite sure it is unconnected with this mirror.
Yeah, I try to time my streams for somewhat reasonable hours for overseas. If it's streamed at the exact time I wanted, it would be like 3 a.m. in the States. Yeah, and that's the time, like, even during the summer when I'm more free and my hours, like 3 a.m. is kind of my cutoff, like, alright, time to go to bed. I really like this quest with Dareloth, by the way. It's nothing special, but it's fun having him along with you. More stuff like this, please. Like, a lot of people said in my... Okay, we're gonna skip this because we got the quest update. A lot of people said in my Test 6 ideas, and if you agree with this, that's fine. But a lot of people said that they didn't like... They felt like it was fan-servicey to have characters like Vivek or Serana show up. And for one thing, it's very important to listen to criticism. Like, if a bunch of people are telling you, you smell bad, you know, you can't just brush that off and be like, well, those people don't know what they're talking about, right? So if you're getting a bunch of comments that say, this seems derivative, then you ought to listen to that. So I was listening to some of those conversations about, like, how things might seem derivative here and there, like bringing those characters back. But I do have to disagree to a certain extent, because bringing back legacy characters can be so rewarding. A character like Dareloth, right, doesn't have a whole lot of presence in Morrowind itself, but is so, so cool to see him in this game. Like, you go into a dungeon with him. That's fucking awesome. It's super cool. I think Serana might be a bit too fan servicey. I don't know how many average Skyrim players even know who Vivek is. That's true. I think Serana though, like when you're thinking about who would actually care about the Dragonborn, I think Serana's the only candidate. I don't know who else would give a shit. Parthenax would maybe. Parthenax could be another option. But Serana is genuinely like the only companion that has any kind of emotion. And so if the Dragonborn did go missing, I think Serana's the obvious candidate for me that would be looking for you. That guy just fell off the edge, by the way. I found a blueberry wheat and shock top the other day. Really? So one of the bars in my hometown has shock top as one of like the 5 beers on tap, and it's okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't drink it like I don't go to the bar and like specifically want it, but sometimes I'll grab it if if I'm being indecisive. Moment of appreciation for Dareloth being an NPC that actually does something during a questline, for real, honestly. I'm in a D&D campaign. Your first D&D campaign, really? And our DM is in Texas, while 2 people are in Eastern Australia. That's fun to manage. God, how many sessions do you have a month? Like 1? We're gonna do a quick save here because I can see myself dying. Wow. Seems like every quest in Solstheim was more interesting to me. Yes, no, that's why I always say Dragonborn is better than Dawnguard. I know people are very attached to Dawnguard, but I think Dragonborn's much better. Not only the quests being better, but the actual dungeon design is super good too. I mean, even look out here. Like, look at this shit. How do we do here? Oh, use of some commands will disable achievements. Well, I can't possibly have that. But look at this walk up to this dungeon. This is so unique. Like a Dwemer city that's it's been drowned in water. So fucking cool. This whole dungeon is so memorable to me. One of my favorites. Oops. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna move this down. Gotta move my chat down every once in a while to continue to talk with you guys. We all know Skyrim will be full, or Elder Scrolls 6 will be full of fan service. I just called it Skyrim by accident. It's okay. Skyrim 2, right? The bound bow is definitely fun. Can I see your last message? I cannot. Had enough Parthenax. Could be one of the Greybeards other than Arngeir. Well, that depends on the time skip, right? That was my thought with Serana also, is that she's theoretically ageless if she's still a vampire. Thoughts on the Riemann-Seski relations? Like, what kind of relations do you mean? Like that they're that Riemann was a Seski, or just how he had a Seski follow up on him after he died? Riemann the Third, that is. Dragonborn being locked behind a level 30 probably hurts its popularity. A lot of players start a new character after level 30. Yeah, one of my good friends, he'd never beaten the main quest of Skyrim for years. He was like, yeah, I just get to like level 40 and then I start a new playthrough. Which is totally fine. There's no one right way to play Skyrim, to be fair.
As you'll see, that's easier said than done.
Ilya, what is your reference to bi-weekly? I must have missed your prior message, or I forgot about it, and I apologize. Never mind, you don't have to write anything. Your D&D. Bi-weekly's not bad. That's pretty good. Same assets, they got creative rather than just tossing the ruin into a mountainside. Yes, no, totally. The Dwemer ruin that you guys, do you guys remember the one you go into and there's like the steam vent puzzle where you have to shoot specific parts with a bow and find the right... Oh, dude. Solstheim's dungeons are so good. They're the only ones that I really want to go into every time that I play this game. So good. I don't like Dawnguard. Only good thing to come out of it was Vingalmo and Verther.
In its day, it was the largest of the great Dwemer archives.
Arch Curate Verther is pretty cool. I do like Night Paladin Galabor. I do like Isran.
The entire city beneath the sea until the invaders.
I like Serana. I know she's you know, unfortunately Serana is very memed and kind of to a disturbing level fetishized by people. So I mean that's kind of stained her image for a lot of people, I think. But I really like her as a character. I think she's done fairly well. The only thing that sucks is that you can't kill her.
These 4 boilers provide steam to the room upstairs.
Let's just hope they do bring characters back that they can keep up the quality of the writing that made them iconic to begin with. Yes.
So, if we can find 4 more cubes, we can turn these boilers back on and restore.
Gotta do it where it makes sense, where they're not just there to be there. I'd say leave the ultra-popular ones like Serana and Vivek behind and focus on smaller role characters to bring back. That's fair. I mean, like, Neloth is kind of a small role character. He's just like one of the guys in House Telvanni, basically. So, I can see that argument. I understand that. Okay, so I believe the first place we go is here. Are you doing a Skyblivion playthrough on the channel? Is Skyblivion out? If Skyblivion is out, then yes, I will absolutely try it. I'm pretty out of the loop on stuff like that, though. Comes out in 2025. Okay. Then, yeah, I'd be more than down to try it.
I hope the rest of the cubes are this easy to find. Although knowing that Dwemer has rather done.
Knew I heard something.
It's not working on me anymore, Dareloth? What's not working on you? Oh, the only things I liked from Dawnguard were Serana and being a Vampire Lord, and those are not working anymore? I gotcha. Yeah, being a Vampire Lord is like kind of cringe.
In the city's days of glory, it was reputed to be able to assemble a complete automaton.
I don't like that it instantly gives you a bounty when you become a Daedra Lord in cities. It makes me feel like I can never use that form around other people. Ugh. Forget how to get up there. I think because Jodi is close to Joda, synonymous of a female baby part. Ooh. Why is there a word for ooh? Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, well that's probably why.
I believe these pillars will activate the pumps for this room, assuming they still work.
Keen for Skyblivion. Oblivion is my least favorite of the modern 3, so I'm hoping that that will get me back into it. Yeah, and you know what? As someone who grew up loving Oblivion, like Oblivion was my second console game ever. Or I guess second Xbox game. But, man, that game, that game could really use a remaster, couldn't it? It's quite outdated. Compared to Morrowind even, it's very outdated. When you unironically like characters for their personality and not their Rule 34. Actually, though, I think Serana's a very well-defined character. Chat is getting kind of nasty. Yeah, let's keep it just nasty enough, you know? Okay, I think we're going to clear this dungeon, and then I'm going to head off, because I told my friend that I was going to join Discord with him after he messaged me. Oblivion has the best characters. Dude, thank you. Yes, Oblivion does have the best characters in TES. I hardcore agree. I think Oblivion had that was the main thing that drew me to that game. Oblivion has so many characters that I could tell you right now are like are ingrained into my prefrontal cortex. Like I love so many characters in that game. They all have so much personality. Even like, you know, if you guys remember the stream the other day when we ran into that guy in the Bard's College and he was like, I think I should return to my papers. Like that type of shit is all over Oblivion, and I love, love, love that type of stuff because it gives the characters so much personality. Like I'm never ever gonna forget that guy again, because it was so goddamn funny to me. I think I should return to my papers. But Oblivion characters have shit like that in spades, even like the random ones. But the ones that aren't random are so good. Like, they're just that game's full of just like fun, good role models. I feel, and that was especially instrumental for me being a kid when I played those games. Like, so there is a layer of nostalgia for sure that comes with Oblivion for me, but like, I don't know, Wes Johnson, the voice actor for many of those characters, all of the Imperials really, and Sheogorath, does such a good job at defining those characters. The female gang, yeah, the female gang's insane. I remember doing that as a kid, and I was like, whoa, I can't let my parents know about this. Have you played the Narum mod for Oblivion? It is amazing except for the constant crashes. I wish they would optimize it. I have not played that mod. That's the reason why I loved Fallout New Vegas best. The characters were so interesting, and I appreciated Oblivion the same way. Yes, dude, I could go on and on. I could honestly, like... Here's the thing with me and Oblivion. I was thinking recently that it would be fun, because like, I make content on my channel that I feel like I would watch myself. So one type of video that I really like is people giving like their opinions on like, these are my favorite characters, or like there's this guy, he's called the Bestiary. I'll put his name in chat. And he does videos about like Elden Ring characters based on lore and who's the most, you know, powerful. That was his most recent one, but like Dark Souls characters, who's the most powerful. I wanted to do a video similar to that, like not most powerful, but just like my top 50 favorite Elder Scrolls characters. And I don't know if people would be interested in that, but I was making that list just for fun one day, and I realized how many characters I had on that list were from Oblivion. Like, there's so many that are just so good. I hate these Dwarven Ballistas, by the way. Follow Wes on Facebook, and he seems chill as hell. Responds to his fans, commenting on his posts and everything. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram, and I left a handful of comments that he's responded to. Love him. Like, I want to go to a Washington Nationals game at some point just to hear him be the announcer. Yeah, the Count of Skingrad being a vampire. Like, it's such a unique little thing, you know? It's so cool. And then, like, the Skyrim counts, I feel like, or this, I call them counts, the Skyrim Jarls, I feel like they just don't hit the same way. What are my thoughts on the Oblivion remake? Do you mean the official, like, Oblivion remake, I think that got leaked a little bit ago? Because I believe that was something different. I don't think that was an actual remake. Good lord, that video's 8 hours. Yes, it's 8 hours. I go to sleep to it. There's plenty of videos. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I'll turn on a video and I'll fall asleep to it, and then you rewind it at some point and you just go to sleep to it again the same way. Better see Jube on the list. Jube, I don't remember if I put him on the list, but he is a good character. The thing about Jube is that he's so brief in both of his appearances, really. Holy crap, used to do that too, make a list of NPCs that I liked. Yeah. It's fun to do. I used to make lists of like games that I liked. That was something I wanted to do as well, was like this is not to be political or anything, okay? But I do follow Barack Obama on Instagram. And at the end of every single year, Barack Obama releases a post about his favorite things of that year. So he'll release like, this was my favorite album this year, this was my favorite book, or like his top 10s. I thought that'd be fun to do for, you know, like a gaming retrospect, top 10 games of 2024. Something like that. Official Oblivion remake? It wasn't an official remake, it was like, it was something else. Have I ever watched OSP, Overly Sarcastic Productions? That sounds very familiar, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Flying, flying in the sky, cliff racer fly, so high, fly. You sleep to Fudge Muppet? I'm absolutely still going to watch it. Watched a 12-hour analysis of the entire Resident Evil series one time. So, okay, one oversight with this dungeon is that you can whirlwind sprint across it. I believe you might have to have more words, but you can totally negate this dungeon by using whirlwind sprint. Characters actually develop in Oblivion, and when they don't, they often have interesting quirks. They develop through a quest, their demeanor and attitude towards you change. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. I would agree. I would totally agree with that. I mean, you start out in a lot of the guilds in Oblivion being the runt. Like, I really do think Owen in the arena is a prime example of a great character, because he starts out thinking that you're shit. And then you actually prove yourself to him, and then he's like, "Oh my god! I mean, you're actually like a valuable asset to the arena."
Better not be all the things you just can't be bothered with.
Okay, let's give her. Oh yeah, she can't. Oh, she's got all those dwarven bows on her.
I'll be here.
Oops, come with me.
Oh, what is it? Let's go. What now? Anything good?
Oh, the Grey Prince is so good too. Honestly, the entire arena questline is very good. Started watching your channel a few weeks back, and now you're a part of my Skyrim lore routine whenever I do a chore. That's awesome. I love to hear that, man. I really do love, hearing how people engage with the content and stuff like that, because, again, it just lets me know that I'm at least doing something right for someone. Because most comments that you get are going to be, they're either going to be criticisms or they're going to be like complaints. I would say there's a handful of comments that are agreeable, but I think generally people like to try to correct in comments and stuff like that. So it's nice to do a live stream every once in a while, because you get to hear like up close people, rather than complaining, like you're having a conversation, or rather than correcting or something like that, you know? Be 100% down to watch that. Awesome. Seems like so many Obama-related memes. I forgot that he was a real person. Let me be clear. Obama is a very real person. He really did exist in the real world. And it's important that you remember that, he was around. President for 8 years of the United States of America. mean, golly, what a long time ago that was. Well, I don't know if you know, but this is actually my normal talking voice. The Dareloth voice is an impression I do of a normal white guy from the Midwest. And so I've decided to finally be real with you and drop the accent. And we're just going to be here for the rest of time. Oh, I guess we do have to go down here. Random Elder Scrolls streamer is actually just Obama gaming. My secret's finally out. What can I say? We could also do a bit of Christopher Walken playing Elder Scrolls V. We got Master Neloth grabbing the cube for us down here in the water. Wow.
Watch out.
More dwarven spheres in my dungeon. Disgusting, really. Walk-in voice is the best. Thank you. It's because I lied when I said this was Obama's channel. This really belongs to Christopher Walken. And Christopher Walken is scary. I hope you know it's the real me. Why do you like the Imperial race? They're fascinating, but not on the top 3 for me, at least. It's funny you should say. I think their lore is really good. Fantastic, even. To Peter Griffin. I don't know if I have a Peter Griffin in my back pocket. Isn't this it? I just put all the puzzle cubes in?
Here, I picked up this cube for you. Shall we get on with it?
Peter. Yep, Lois. I'm in with Master Neloth. Here. We're gonna open the door. Oh, I forgot they're down here.
That seems to have done it. Good. It took longer.
Okay, so here's what you gotta do. You gotta get a sneak attack on this guy.
Look out! Another steam centurion.
Born to impersonate. Forced to hee Lois.
Where'd you come from?
Peter. You know what though? Family Guy does get a bad rep. I think it is pretty funny in a lot of points. My favorite school of magic? I think Restoration was really cool when you could absorb stats. I think it did lose a bit of its oomph. Unfortunately. Conjuration's always been one of my tops. Alteration's super fun. I don't know. There's a lot. Hey Lois, check it out. I can eclipse the sun with my blood-cursed arrows. Yeah. Hey Serana. Let me use some of your blood. Yeah. This reminds me of that time I shouted Lydia off the throat of the world. Okay, cool. I'm going to save right here, and I think we're going to end the stream.
You deserve
But it's been a fun time. I don't know why Serrano's creeping around like that. It's kind of being a weirdo. Is this how she normally walks? Is she goblin mode forever? $10 for the entertainment. Thank you. Much appreciated. God damn. My favorite non-playable race, probably the Malmer. The Sloat are pretty funny though. Imperials, even though they have zero benefits from a gameplay standpoint, are the ones with an Empire cross rail. They got benefits. But yeah, with that out of the way, I think we're gonna end it here. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And Breezy Stratton, thank you for the $10. That's insane. I will talk to you guys soon. If you're not in the Discord, I will leave a link to the Discord right away in the channel before I leave. Go here. How do I do this? Invite people. We'll do this, that, and yeah, okay. Peace out. I will see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out and chatting. Bye.